Hi, this is Julie at Love is Beginning, and usually at this part I say with a message, and it's still a message, but it is in the first person, and that's fun for me to have this new thing come through, where it's the first person, but it's still a message. So this is called Taking Back Our Projections. Today I'm inspired, and I'm stopped right there. I'm asked to highlight just this. Today I'm inspired. And let Source fill in the blank for what seems to be done each day. Source inspires and works through us, and Source provides all the healing we need. We are all truly blessed and loved. Okay, so continuing on, today I'm inspired to share how Source, and I'm asked to call it specifically Source today, although I can use so many names, will guide us so slowly through healing whenever we need it. In my experience, sometimes the realignment of mind comes to me in a flash, just in an instant of going in with a willingness to be helped. And other times it feels more like deconstruction. I'm taken through a pattern I've performed in mind over and over and over again, and shown how to reverse out of it. Another way of saying it is that I'm shown very slowly how one insane thought piled on top of another insane thought. And by the time I noticed that my feeling of distress was a call for a remedy, I just needed to be pulled back and reverse for a while. These are needless detours I take, and I'm being shown how to feel my way through so I can stop taking them. I feel like my work lately is taking back all of my projections, all of them, not a single projection left. As I take back all of my projections, I allow all of the blocks to the flow of love to be removed. This is the same as saying that I am allowing fear to drain away, having recognized that defense is not useful. Then I can show up in any situation open and ready to appreciate you, not needing to push myself forward to drown you out, not needing to withdraw in order to hide from whatever power to harm I think you might possess. Today's focus is my reaction to a title of a YouTube video. I didn't feel any pull to watch the video. I just reacted to the title. FDA warns people not to use horse dewormer ivermectin to treat COVID. I felt when I saw the title that there was a scenario in which masses of people were being encouraged to adopt a scornful attitude toward others, to seek refuge and security in mocking. From there, I leaped pretty quickly to a friend of mine, a friend I love. Like all of us, my friend has opinions. In my mind, sometimes I will tangle with ego and make my friend into a poster child for something undesirable. I immediately thought, this friend would laugh at this video. This friend would take pleasure in being scornful toward others. Then I felt anger about the victimhood I was perceiving. People were being scorned, and they didn't deserve it. Those beings are equal and not lacking. This is where I woke up. And this is why I never claimed to be awake. I never claimed to be awake because, as you can see, I have spiritual narcolepsy. I will get 2 or 3 thoughts in, and then I have to be pulled back again. Thank goodness it's getting easier and easier to back out of snits. At this point, when I feel something keenly, it is time to be backed out of the perception slowly, to be shown the pattern so I am less likely to fall for it. Basically, I am claiming thoughts as mine, which have never been mine, and I am taking on a victimhood identity in separation and projecting that victimhood aggressor identity out upon all others across time and space with no exceptions. Yeah, I might want to stop doing that. It might be in my best interest to stop doing that. I might feel a lot better if I stop doing that. So slowly, here we go. Slowly. Thought 1 is not my thought. Thought 1 came from ego, which is not me or you. It's just a phantom that we mistake for ourselves and for others all the time. Tricky. Thought 1 is this: Masses of people are being urged to adopt a scornful attitude toward others. Okay, so slowly. When I decide that an aspect of the story is real, I step into separation identity and I bring all of you with me in my perception. I want sane perception, not warped perception. The minute I step into separation identity, I step out of love, almost as if I don't want love's guidance. Bingo! This YouTube video title is my savior today, and it's absolutely fine to have saviors as long as you never ever make any exceptions. Everything and everyone is your savior now. Okay? Okay. This YouTube video title is my savior today because it highlighted for me that I do not want love's guidance until I do. Now I do. The YouTube video title helped highlight unrest in the mind so I can relax down into what guides me very simply. Thank you, YouTube video title. Everything in the world is equally helpful. We just have to slow down in order to appreciate it. I can never, ever encounter anything that is not a reflection of what is going on in my perception. And when I notice something is askew, I can just go in to ask for things to be set right again. Understanding that everything I encounter is my savior, this makes condemnation, which ultimately hurts me, impossible. When I condemn you, I condemn myself. When I condemn anything, I condemn myself, but only in a story. True condemnation has never been possible, but we can keep pretending in a story. We're all coming together into this time when we're going to understand that we've always had the power to emerge from our story of suffering. So we're just going to emerge. Very simply. How beautiful is that? And everything we encounter on our way helps us emerge. Nothing exists that can hold us back. Let's look at this part of the thought I attached to seek refuge and security in mocking. It is very, very clear to me now when I have a feeling of insecurity. It's an old pattern to reach out for the perception of separate identity, to take the insecurity away temporarily. So I see mocking over there, so I don't have to give up separation identity over here. In other words, ego says I crave a situation in which Julie is a non-mocker and others are mockers. Ego is wrong. It's very simple to see. I am not a mocker. If I am not a mocker, you can't be. You are not a non-mocker, and neither am I. We have never been any of these opposites from the story. We exist and thrive entirely prior to this story of opposites, and now I can laugh. I do not need the mocker and non-mocker game to gain a shoddy sense of security that would pit me against you. We are one. And how silly and confusing to ignore that. I want the sense of security that comes from looking into your heart and seeing the golden purity we have always been before this silly story. You always show up as I request. I can see the complete insanity of requesting that you show up as a mocker. Please, come as you are. You do not need any costume I would give you. Now we'll leap here. My friend would take pleasure in being scornful toward others. What am I scornful of in this moment? My friend's true identity. I am immersed in ego's vicious slander instead. And my friend and myself? We're one, of course, so I am engaged in vicious slander aimed at myself. Who am I with my friend? We're the light. Nice to meet you. It's silly to attack oneself. I am allowing love to guide me out of my projections, so I can just relax into the flow at all times. If I'm going to find any value in not appreciating you as you truly are, I'll need this assistance in being pulled off the shore where I've beached myself and getting back into the flow. I have so much plentiful assistance. We all do. And yes, I want to be in this flow. I want to appreciate you at all times with no interruption. I do not need to hold the light back with thoughts that have never been mine. Those thoughts that have never been mine, I don't have to say that they are yours either. In order to work with spirit in this way, I have to be very playful and light with the time and space story I'm experiencing. I do have to understand that it isn't real, and it never has been real. But you are real, and you are as real as I have always been. That comes into the foreground. That is most important. The story is not real, but we do learn here to allow the story to become a shining reflection of all that we are. I'm ready. Thanks for listening.